Welcome back to the SSL Family Dad channel. It is fall. It's almost November 1st. We made a goal this year to make it till November 1st before we fired up the outdoor wood boiler. And we're almost there. We're a couple days away, but we're gonna have a couple days of below freezing temperatures coming up. And so I wanna make sure I get this going before any water freezes or we have any issues. So let's take a look at what we have, what we need to do to get it ready. We'll get it fired up and get it heat in the house. So it's been sitting dormant since last year in April, and it is now time to fire it up for its second season. So there's a few things we need to do to get it started for the year. We need to clean it out, but I want to get all this ash out of here, make sure our burn tubes are all clear. At the bottom here we have a reaction chamber. This is where all the ash will fall down as I clean it out. On the very back side, all the way through there, is this heat exchanger. And so this has some of these little ripple metal pieces in here. It just kind of slows the smoke down. So we need to clean all the ash, soot, creosote, all that good stuff out of here. We'll scrape these heat exchangers off just so they transfer heat as best as possible. And we'll take all these little ripples out. We'll also be doing a little bit of inspection and update here. We'll take the cap off the back of the chimney here. We'll just check this, clean it out if needed. Check our water levels. Ooh, rusty. It's really right at full right now, so I probably don't need to add anything to it, so we'll leave that alone. I also have to obtain a water sample from this. So there's a test tube that we fill with this water. It needs to be tested for pH levels and also the treatment chemical in there to make sure we're taking good care of the water tank inside and everything. And I actually have to send that water sample into central boiler every year. Behind this panel, we have our electrical connections for the two circulation pumps. Now I've kept the circulation pumps running for the last couple weeks just to make sure that the water's cycling well and make sure the pumps are working well. So this is all opened up and running. I also want to make sure there's no mice in here or anything else like that. Any mice got in here, which is surprising because this is a wonderful place for mice to hide and live. I put some of this in there last year. It's long past its use now, but I'll leave that in there for now. I might get some more of those to help to keep mice out of here. As the temperatures get cold, they're going to look for places to live, and there's little spots in here they could tear this up and make a mess. So we'll be using some of the tools that came with the unit. It comes with a few different scrapers and tools to get the ash and stuff out of there. And we'll use a flat bottom shovel. I also think this might come in handy. Fire started. We'll leave the bypass open. See the flames going out the back there. We're at 67 degrees, that's the temperature of the water. We need to get up to 180. And what I've been doing, I've got a wheelbarrow here and all the wood is stacked right over there. So I just take the wheelbarrow over, and it takes about 2 full wheelbarrows to fill it from empty to full. Let's keep feeding it. Firebox is cold, but it's heating up pretty quick. So it went up about 5 degrees in the last 5 minutes. So we'll keep the bypass open until it gets real hot in there. So I want to let this heat up quite a bit, and then I'll close the bypass. That'll engage the afterburner, the reburn reaction chamber down below, and it'll start to suck the smoke down below, and there'll be a big fireball down there. The fire will be blazing down the bottom and all the way up the back, all the way up that heat exchanger. So that's what we want. All right, we're running at 100%. We're up to 126. About 73 more degrees to go. A lot of moisture. A lot of that is water vapor, because the wood doesn't have a chance to completely dry out when it's first getting started. Most of the time the wood's going to sit in here idle for hours, and it completely dries out. Once it calls for heat, there's a nice thick coal bed built up on the bottom of the firebox. A nice dry, coals, charcoal basically, and that'll kick right in, and this thing will burn without any moisture, any smoke. But right now it's still got still not burning and burning great. Well, we've been running now actually for a couple weeks, and it's been running really well. I've got a nice supply of nice seasoned wood stacked over here, and it has been just running amazing. In order to keep all of the water jacket part of this from rusting, there's a treatment you put in there. It raises the pH really high so it's not acidic. And every year you have to test and send this in, otherwise your warranty will become void. So they send you a couple different tests here. There's a regular pH test, so you want that to be up above 8, I believe. And then there's actually a Molly Armor parts per million. So the concentration of the treatment, there's a treatment you have to put in it, and so that also needs to be above 350. They send you a few of these to take water samples with. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is test the pH. I would say that puts us above 8. It's about 8, pushing 9. All right, now let's check the Molly Armor level. This one needs to be at 350 or above, and I believe that it is. So I'll dump this out, get a fresh sample, just in case any of this test stuff came off in the bottle. And this gets sent off to Central Boiler, and they keep it on record. They test it, make sure that water levels are good, and that will keep my warranty going for 20 years. For many of you who have older wood boilers, or who maybe are not familiar with this might seem like a hassle to have to do the water testing and the cleaning that this requires. It requires a little extra time every month to kind of clean things out, make sure things are running efficiently. But just like any appliance, the more efficiently it runs, the better savings you're going to get. In my case, the savings I'm getting is my time, and labor in providing this thing with wood. The less wood I can burn to provide as much heat as possible is what I want. And so being over 90% efficient in a wood burner is unheard of in the older ones. The older wood boilers, although you can run wetter wood in it and bigger pieces, and it requires a little less time and preparation, it requires a lot more wood. And so overall, you're saving yourself a ton of time with a more efficient wood boiler. This system heats all of our hot water throughout the entire winter time. So all the way from November all the way through the end of April into May. This will heat all of our hot water, so we won't pay a dime for electricity or for propane or natural gas, anything, whatever you have. This heats all of our hot water, and it also heats our home entirely. I will use 0 propane. In fact, our propane tank hasn't been touched in 2 years. We haven't added any to it. I won't use any propane. I won't use any other electric heaters in the house. Anything like this will heat everything. So all I need to do is a little bit of electricity to run the fans on this thing and the circulation pumps, which is really low. And as long as I can feed this thing with wood all winter long, I won't pay a single cent for propane or any type of gas or any electricity for my electric water heater. A lot of people will tell you with these outdoor wood boilers that you can use bigger chunks of wood and all that stuff. What I have found with this boiler, specifically the higher efficiency boilers, is that it likes it split and dried out, seasoned pretty good. This is a combination of hardwoods. I throw some softwoods in there. Sometimes there'll be some pine, some cottonwood, some softer hardwoods. And I split it up just about as small as I would for the wood stove. Some pieces are bigger. I got some bigger chunks and things like that in there. But in general, I'm going to split it up just about the same size as I would for my indoor wood stove. I do that for a couple reasons. Number one, I want to be able to come out here and use this for my indoor wood stoves if I want to, so I like to keep it all the same size. But also, this thing, I can watch the efficiency on my phone. I can monitor the efficiency of the outdoor wood boiler, and I can tell when it's running at its peak performance, its peak efficiency, 100% efficiency. And I have found that it just runs the best with smaller split pieces of wood. So what are the numbers? How much do I save with this wood boiler? Well, there was an initial investment, obviously, of about $19,000 is what we spent to get this all included, set up and everything we needed to get it done. There's also some tax credits, and so we actually get some of that money back. I don't have the exact numbers on that, but some of that will come back. A few $1,000s of it will get back to us. Our propane bill, we have a 1,000 gallon propane tank. From empty, they only fill it to 800 gallons. So let's just say they come out a couple times a year, at least, to fill this throughout the winter time. So that's over $2,000 each time it's filled. So if we look at that, we're looking at least $4,000 to $6,000 per year that we would spend in propane. So every year that I run this wood boiler, I am saving from $4,000 to $6,000. That's at current propane prices here in 2023 or last year, 2022. They were fairly similar. So in 4 years, I will have this paid off, or the equivalent of it. And then after that, it's all just saved money. After the first 4 years of running this thing, it's basically like profit. I will be, just banking that $4,000 to $6,000 every year and putting that in the bank, or spending it on something else. We have plenty of wood. You can see all the trees behind me. There's tons of wood around here. People, in fact, I barely even cut any trees down at our house because there's always wood around. There's always people with down trees, always people that have extra wood, and so always thankful for those people. But we come and grab it, take it, and burn it, and heat the house. This is how we save thousands and thousands of dollars every year on heating our home. It does require work, but that work translates into dollars and dollars of savings. Every hour I spend investing in splitting or hauling wood around or filling this thing or cleaning it or whatever, it's directly translated into savings. Hopefully you guys enjoyed starting up the wood boiler this year. Hit thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed or appreciated, and I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think? Wood boiler, the super efficient, or the older, less efficient ones? What's your preference? Less cleaning, less processing wood maybe, versus this high efficiency, burn less wood, but you have to spend a little more time keeping it upkeep. Let me know what you guys think. Love to hear from you. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.